How's it going? Yoink. Get back to a normal size. Hi, everybody. Hi. How's everybody doing today? Everyone doing well? Hi, Megan. Hi, Real Safe. Hi, Dredshin. Hi. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hi, Cypher. Yeah. We're going to be doing more shiny hunting today. It is, once again, back into the grind of our shiny hunting adventure with our shiny turtle. So, yep, we're going to be continuing doing that. I forgot to mention this yesterday, but I wanted to say this because I know a few people have recommended this anime to me. This past weekend, I both checked out, watched, and entirely binged Kaiji number 8, and it was pretty good. I will not lie. It was so nicely how well everything flowed that I got through 12 episodes so quickly. I didn't even realize it was like the end of season 1 until it was like, you have no more episodes. And I was like, that's it? So, yep. I finished the whole thing. So, yeah. It was good. I actually enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what happens in season 2. I know a lot of people were like, oh, but it's such a bad cliffhanger at the end. Actually, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was horrible. I think it was a good wrap up to the end. It is a good cliffhanger to give you like wanting more, but it did actually end on a good note. So at the same time as wanting more, I am also very satisfied where it ended. So I'm excited to see what happens with season 2. I don't want to spoil myself by reading the manga, at least not yet. So, yeah, whenever that comes out, I will be interested. So I finally watched it, guys. I know a lot of you have been like telling me, watch Kaiju number 8, and I did it, guys. I did it. So I hope you're happy. But yes, we gotta get the turtle today, Real Safe. We gotta get the turtle today. We're gonna try our best. So let's see how much we can do. I'm going to try and see if we can get 100 done today, but I don't know how long it takes to get to 100, because last time we did 4 hours, we didn't even get to 100. We only got like 60. So we're going to see how many resets we can do. I have about 4 hours I set aside today to do stream. We could probably go longer, but we'll see how tired I am. It's also a relatively nice day, so I don't want to spend all my day inside. So yeah, but we got an early stream. We're going to stream for a while and hang out. So yeah, 100 sounds like a lot. It's just, if it was normal encounters, like it wasn't the reason it's a lot is because it's like 2 minutes per reset with the cutscene and everything we have to skip through. If it was just like running through the grass and stuff, we could easily get 100 done in a couple hours. But it's not that easy, so sadly it's not gonna be that simple. So we're gonna have to work through it. I'm hoping to... Oh, hold up. Time out. Mom's calling. I'll be right back. I'm back. Back in business. My goodness. Chaotic day, huh? Whew. Alright, we should have a relatively peaceful time for the rest of the stream. But I don't want to jinx it, so... But thank you guys for sticking around despite everything going on. So, I appreciate all you guys. All you lurkers and all you active people. So, let's get this Turtwig. It'll be a very interesting VOD if I get the shiny Turtwig today. Thank you for the shiny luck, Megan. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. This one for real? Well, I hope so. Oh, I forgot to mention, but good news. I should have new animated emotes. Blah. Wow, I slurred that. I should have new animated emotes for you guys by the end of the week. So, yeah. Hope you guys are excited. I got updates on them earlier today. Actually, this morning I got updates on so many things. So I was like, I woke up like early so I can get ready for stream and everything. But I spent the first hour that I was like, instead of like getting myself ready for the day, like instead answering like emails and like, messages and stuff from last night. Because apparently everyone responded to me at like 2 in the morning. Between 2 in the morning and 9 in the morning, everyone like sent everything. And I was like, what in the world? I didn't go to bed exactly early last night, but either way, I'm excited. I actually have a lot more emotes than I have slots for animated emotes, so I'm gonna put them all in Discord, but we'll probably vote in Discord, like, what to fill the slots with, so. Oh yeah. Your new emote looks good, Megan. Dance, 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 dance. I kind of want to get a dance, like, emote, but, like, I can't find one I like, though. None of them seem to, like, match my vibe, I guess. You've got a bunch, though. I'm collecting them. It really goes well with you, though. It works with you. I have a few ideas for some like goofy ones. I don't know. I like the goofy ones. Like I like one that I call the Wiggles, where it's just like a cute little gooby face with the wiggly hands. Like, I love your spin one. Yeah, I like the spin one. The panic. I like the panic. Yeah. Let's go, Megan, with the band. Yeah, we don't have that crummy stuff on our channel. No way. I don't know. Yeah, no bots allowed. Yeah. I don't know. I like the collection I've got. I do want to redo the cheer and the bonk to my new model, but I have to save up for that. But it's like killing me on the inside, resisting just calling up Kat and Marie and be like, hey, can you upgrade these for me? Yeah, I am really proud of the ones that I have. I think they're very useful. Like I use pretty much all of mine. I like when it's like, I think when I first started making emotes, I made just whatever, and I realized that there's certain ones that my community is more interested in than others. So I definitely have learned a lot in terms of like emotes and stuff, what my community likes too. So, and what I like to use. So yours are all great. Aw, thanks. I'm doing that with mine. Yeah, it's good. Yep. I use my wave one so much. I knew I needed that one immediately. Like I can just go into someone else's stream, tap the wave button if I just don't feel like speaking that day, and it gets the message across, just saying hi. Because I mean, I usually just say hi anyway. So. I almost feel like I need one that just says, I'm good. Because I know everyone always asks, how are you? And I say, I'm good, because that's just my usual response. I'm usually not good. Let me say that again. I'm usually never not good. There you go. So. Almost like, I feel like I need like, you know in this, when SpongeBob goes, friendship, with like the rainbow, I feel like I need that, but it says, I'm good. I'm good. I feel that would be so incredibly goofy. Though I think it'd be really hard to read, so, as an emote. What emotes do I have access to right now? In terms of like gifted emotes. I've seen people get the clap emote. I thought about that one. I've also seen a lot of people use the driving one, like the steering wheel one. I don't know if I need that one. But I definitely want to get a notes one eventually, but not for a bit. I have a list of a few that I want to get for you guys, but yeah. I think the paint one's my favorite. It's not used very often, but I love the paint one. I think it's just very unique and very nice. But there's a few like other ones like mascot ones I want. I found one where it's just like a mascot just rolling. It literally is just rolling like a somersault, like over and over again. And I'm like, I want that. That'd be adorable. That, and then I want one where it's like you're shaking it, like it's so cute, like it's so fluffy, but like shaking it and shaking the mascot. I want that. I'll shake you guys. Take it. You can take it. I've seen like the new nod and no ones where like they nod and then they like go no. So I thought about getting that maybe of the mascot as well. I don't know. I want a couple of mascot ones for you guys. It sounds so cute. Yeah. I have a few artists I have saved for some of those. So I'm excited to do those maybe someday. I need money though. There's like certain creators that I follow and like lurk just so I can get like, just so I can like look at their emotes for inspirations. Like I like to just go through some of the people I follow and just like look at how they do their emotes. I'm like, okay, which one is appealing to me? Which one catches my eye? If none of them do, then none of them do. But you know, I like make note of the ones that I think are interesting. But I think it's interesting looking at other people's emotes too. Like, some people have some really crazy good ideas. So, it's a lot of fun. Emotes are just such a fun art form. And there's so many talented emo artists too. But I thought about getting like the notes one, but like I'm writing in the book, like Amaris and stuff. I think that'd be cool. $4.66, let's go. Like recently I found one where it's just like a small little one of the VTuber mopping the floor. It's just kind of cute. The bell one I see a lot too, which is like interesting. But I can see why people get it like for notifications and such. There's some interesting ones. A couple of rave ones too with the crazy lights. Yeah, lots of fun. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. There we go. Yeah, I'm hoping to get more emotes, and I'm working on making more emotes, like static emotes too, for you guys too. So. Yep. In the works. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make a couple extra ones, so that when we get more slots next time, we can just automatically put them in. Because the one thing that kind of just annoys me a little bit is that every time I log into Twitch now, it's like, you have emote slots you can fill. I'm like, I got that. They're in the works. But they're like, every time I turn it on, it's like, okay, I got it, Twitch. I got more slots. You don't need to tell me for the 15,000th time. Like, I'm quite sure I remember. Like, every other day, like, at least. Like, come on, Twitch. So it's almost like telling me, like, finish it. So, I'm working on it. But we got a couple extra, then we can, like, fill them in really quick. So, that'll be good. And any extra I make, I'm going to put on Discord. So, if you want to join the Discord, hit ! Discord. And you get early access to new emotes. And even like some of the tier 2 and tier 3 sub emotes will be available like for anybody on Discord. So yeah. You only need Nitro if you're gonna use like the animated ones, but that's up to you. A lot of people actually have Nitro, which surprised me at first. I tested it out for a month because I wanted to use some animated emotes for the schedule for my birthday this last month, but I'm actually kind of enjoying Nitro. It's not really a crazy difference. I don't need like the highest price Nitro. I just need like access to like emotes. It's just fun to be able to use your own emotes in like the brand, like your personal DMs, and just not just the channel, so it's fun. It is definitely very entertaining. Nope, no third week. Again. We run it back. Pop. Pop, pop, beady, beep, pop, pop. Beady, beady, pop, pop. 468. So crazy take. I'm thinking that if I ever hit like 100 viewers when I like want to end stream, I will raid a larger VTuber, like one of my Oshis, just as like a. Oh, I almost want to say it's like a reward for you guys, but it's I don't even think it's a reward for anybody. It's kind of just like, you know, you do it and you do it. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be an accomplishment for me, and I feel like I'll be more confident to do other things and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm happy with my viewer count. Like, I know some people, like a lot of people, when they talk about like advice for streamers, don't look at your viewer count and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have any negativity looking at my viewer count. I appreciate every single like few people that like tap into my stream. I very much appreciate it. And everyone who watches the VODs. Like, I appreciate all you VOD watchers. You guys are crazy and super supportive, and I love you guys. So, yeah. Just gonna work hard and grow at my own pace. Fang's back! Hi! How's it going, Fang? I'm officially back too. So, going good. That's good. Beep boop boop beep boop 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 beep 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 boop boop boop. And imagine this was the one. Dang it. That would have been so cool. Be like, ta-da, Tortwig. Maybe I should do that. Should I like set it up and be like, shiny Tortwig right here? And it's see if that'll happen. I looked tired there for a second. I was just looking down. It looks like I'm like tired. I'm like, so tired. Bum, 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 bum. Like, I know some people like get tired of this and are like burnt out when they do like shiny hunts and stuff like this. But like, the more I'm doing this, the longer I'm doing it, the more I want to play the game. Like the rest of the game, I just like, I'm like, I want to get this done. I want to keep going because I want to be able to play the game. I really want to do this. Like, I just get so excited. It gets me more excited for the game, honestly. That happened to me once. I was hunting for Mewtwo and all of a sudden went, shiny Mewtwo right here. And it was shiny. That's so cool. Shall we try that? Shiny Turtwig. Alright, let's set it up. Let's set it up nice and pretty. Ready? So we're good on the Starly. Okay. And ready? Shiny Turtwig right here. Dang. Oh, worth a try. As even funny, it was the first encounter of the day. Dang. That's pretty awesome luck, though. Hey, at this rate, though, we'll get to 500 easy, so. Twiggy. Do you nickname your shinies Fang? Or you just leave them? Or does it depend on the one for you? I do not name most of them. It depends on the hunt. That's fair. I feel like I'll name mine because it'll be like a permanent team member, but I don't know. I watched someone else the other day shiny hunt for Turtwig, and they got it, and they named it Pickle. And it was actually kind of cute. Like, Pickle, the turtle. He is kind of pickle-colored. I don't want to steal that nickname, though. We gotta get something different. We gotta be unique. Think of green things, chat. What else is green that we could name the Turtwig? Name my Coco that took over 1,300 eggs. My Fiona that took 1,881 plus a few others. Yeah, that's fair. Turtle head pets. Hotel. Dang. We should change the music to more hype music. That'll bring it out. Gotta hype up the turtle. Turtle will shine for sure for you now, yeah. Gotta make it hype music, you know? Daryl did such a good job with this song, though. Daryl cooked here. I love all my new music. It's so pretty. Daryl did such a good job. Everyone who worked on all my assets did a great job. Honestly. Like, I loved everyone I worked with. They were so amazing. I can't hype them up enough. So, if you're interested, check out the About page of my Twitch. And it'll have all my links for everyone who worked everyone who helped work on all my stuff. So, yeah. They helped make my aesthetic happen, and it's very nice. So, basically, I had other people in the background cooking while I was working on the model. So, but I'm very, very happy. So, definitely worth it. Now we have an ad. Not for VOD watchers though. You guys are stuck with me. Watch this be the shiny Turtwig. Just watch. This will be the shiny Turtwig. No, it's not. Gosh dang it. That would have been so cool. For context though, if it ever happens during an ad, I'll like pause. I won't do anything else until, you know, the ad breaks over. I want everyone to be able to see it. Being stuck with you is at least a good thing. Aww. That was the correct response, Fang. I think I'm gonna turn down the switch capture just a bit. Not that low. There we go. I still want you guys to be able to hear the sparkles and stuff when it happens. Is the music, the other one, too loud? Let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. I don't want to overstimulate you guys. How long do you guys predict this will take? Maybe we'll be lucky with the Weasel next, and they'll be like really quick. Who knows? Shiny Turtwig. No. Was a good try. Surely on 474. Hard to say as long as it's under odds to win. That's fair. I would hate to be over odds on this hunt. This hunt would suck to be over odds on. With how long each reset is, it'd be sure suck to go over odds. Yeah. I think we'll be here for a little bit long if we have to go over odds. It's been like, what, a month to get to like 500? So it would be 8 months for us to get to over odds. Holy cow. That would be insane. Yeah, roughly 8 months. That would suck. That would suck. If I have to go over odds, I'd rather it be like on one of the grass encounters rather than this, because that'll at least be faster. But we'll see. Yeah, can agree with that, yeah. Like, I got, like, Turtwig, I have, like, star eyes and stuff for your sparkles. Like, I got all kinds of stuff. Like, I'm equipped. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. I've often thought, like, what if they finished the Sitting Cuties? Would they go back and do, like, shinies of every Pokemon? Sitting Cutie version? But I don't think that would happen. That would be very doubtful. Because that's a lot of plushies, first of all. But, it's already a lot as it is. But I just think it'd be interesting for sure. Ready? Ready? Turtwig. Aw. Sad. I guess it's more scary than sad. This is more sad. Yarn. That would be so many plushies. Because you know that there's going to be that one person that gets all the original Sitting Cuties and all the shiny plushies. And they're just going to have like a wall in their house that's just, probably several walls in their house that's just full of plushies. Like, I've been to some of those stores, like Pokemon Center stores or Pokemon Center-like stores that have the Sitting Cuties or have a lot of them. They cover up like a whole wall. And we don't even have all the generations yet. That's my dream. Oh my goodness, Megan. You need a big wall in your house or a big room in your house for that. It's crazy how many there are. And I get why they're so small too, because you'd never be able to fit them if they were any bigger. I know a couple YouTubers who absolutely do it. No, I know for sure. There's definitely a few that would absolutely do it. I need a house, lol. Yeah, you do. For sure. You need a little more than just a house. Like, I've seen some of these. They're huge. Like, they have like several rows of like shelves on like this whole wall, and it's like a long wall, and it's full of these plushies, and it's crazy. House, the basement, and garage, and a shed, maybe. Like, what are you gonna do? Put the plushies in the shed? That would actually be kind of funny. Though it probably would not be very good for them. They probably get moldy and yucky, and it would not be great. Now, other stuff can go in the shed. That can be the guest bedroom. Dang, the guests get to sleep in the shed? So mean, Megan. Guess I'm never visiting your house. I'm totally kidding. I sure hope so. Not great hospitality for your guests. Sorry, I'm playing with my ears. They're fun. That would be rough. Yeah, it'd be a little bit rough. You go to sleep in the shed for your visit. My plushies will take the king-size bed in the spare bedroom. I don't think you can fit all of them on one bed. That's the problem. I don't think there's a big enough bed for all those plushies. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah. I do want to get a couple of the Gen 6 ones, because some of them are really cute. Like the Flabébé. I really want a Flabébé plush. It's so cute. I wish you could fit them all in if you stacked them just right. I mean, it would probably go to the ceiling, but maybe. And no. No. Oh, my legs are starting to fall asleep. Oy. It is kind of crazy how many Pokemon there are now, just to see. Like, you don't really think about it too much. Like, oh, over 1,000. But then you see it in, like, plush form, and you're like, oh, that's a lot of Pokemon. Now it starts to feel more real that there's, like, a whole world of Pokemon now. Like, back when it was, like, 150, it doesn't feel as real. It just feels like, oh, all right. 150. But, like, now that there's, like, over 1,000, it's like, oh, okay. Now we're starting to get into the realm of this makes more sense, you know? Especially when there's like multiple of each, you know? It's actually kind of cool. I'm just waiting for when we get like really into tech and we get like a high-tech VR game, almost like Sword Art Online of Pokemon, where we actually get to like just lay on our bed, turn on the VR, and then we get to just be in the Pokemon world, like literally. That would be insane. 1,025 Pokemon is a lot, plus the regional forms. Yeah. I think the regional forms is one of the, like, megas, regional forms, and the convergent forms are the best ideas that Pokemon has had for, like, improving on old Pokemon. Like, fantastic ideas. I'm not a big fan of the Z moves. They were kind of eh. Gigantamax the same. A lot of people like terrestrialization. I still think the hats are a little dumb, but I think the idea of terrestrializing is actually really cool. So, but like the regional forms and convergent forms have given us like Wiglet and Hisui and Zorua, and like those are some of and like Alolan Vulpix. Best designs, like awesome. Also, I've noticed a lot of the wintry area designs are like the best, most favorite designs. So, just saying. Winter and the cold, pretty cool. Yeah, the Z moves are the most boring mechanic. I think I get what they were going for. It was kind of Z moves almost feel like the predecessor to terrestrialization. Like they're basically terrestrialization, but before. Like it was almost like the precursor. Like they noticed that Z moves weren't like enough, and they needed to add a little more to it, and then they fixed it with terrestrialization. So I think they did it really well, because I think the biggest thing with Z moves is it was like you only get to use it once, and it was a little too much, and it doesn't change your type. You have to have like the exact one for the exact type. Also, the silly moves were a little funky, but this one you just like with Terrastal, you just turn it on, and you have like crystally Pokemon with weird hat, and then you get the new type possibly, but you also get, if you don't change type, you at least improve your type a bit, and you get singled out. It's actually really more helpful with the type change, because it allows you to use certain things strategically. Like let's say you're an electric type and you're weak to ground types and you're going against a ground type, you could switch it to like water or something, and then you can like suddenly be able to attack with that. It's actually cool. It's actually quite a smart mechanic. So they did really well with that. I was definitely not on board at first, but it definitely improved a lot. So I still think the hats are a little funky though. Some of them are a little funky and bulky. Like I think they could have done just fine with like, so if you look at the hats, they have like that crown part, and then they have the weird thing on top. They could have just left the crown part and the crystallizing thing, and it could have been fine. But they added the weird like axe for like steel types, and it looks a little silly. And the whole like chandelier on the fire types, I don't know. They kind of like maybe went a little too silly. And I get it's kind of a kid's game and stuff, so it's supposed to be silly, but yeah, I think megas are just so cool. I hope that after ZA they keep them around, and we can like have Terra Pokemon, and we have Mega Pokemon more often in games. I think that'd be cool. Wish the gym leaders use it better. Iono's the only one who actually made good use of the Terra type. I think that was because they were trying to introduce it slowly. But I do wish that after Iono there was more people that used it better. I think the League was one of the most boring things about Scarlet and Violet, in my opinion. Scarlet and Violet was pretty good. There's definitely a lot of like, you know, glitches and errors and stuff. But aside from those, I think the biggest thing with Scarlet and Violet that I was kind of disappointed in was the League. I didn't like how they did it. Like I get the point where they're like saying, like you're a league champion, but you don't have to actually be the champion. But I don't know, Gita and the rest of the Elite Four members were not that difficult, and I kind of wish that they at least posed more of a challenge, because that's what made the League so fun in a lot of the previous games, is they were always a challenge. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like Scarlet and Violet's League was very challenging. Now, the post-game League was pretty good, but I don't think, they also like went almost too crazy with the post-game. You have to have like level 100 Pokemon in order to beat the post-game. And it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to grind to level 100 if I don't have to, you know? I don't know, it's just, I wish that they, I wish it was better balanced. And the other thing is, like, post-game, I feel like I don't think about beating the league as much in post-game, unless I'm doing it for, like, more money. It is my mindset. Like, I want to kind of have, like, a boss battle, but not, like, a whole league battle. So, I don't know. I haven't finished the Violet yet, so the DLC, so I need to do that with you guys, so we'll do that soon. I think we're gonna finish Kirby first, though, because I'm in the groove now. I should probably play the post game at some point. I only did it once on my main save. Yeah. I found a lot of shinies, though, in Scarlet and Violet, just, like, walking around, though. So that was the fun part about Scarlet and Violet. I like when it's, like, the odds aren't insane, but they're, like, enough that you could find one walking around, just randomly walking around. I did that a lot in, Legends Arceus, too. I just found some, like, walking around. It was very rare, but it happens, so I think that's fun, too. I mean, it feels more natural when you're doing it like that, rather than actively hunting for it. I mean, it's always fun to actively hunt for it, but it's also just fun to find one, just for the sake of finding one. I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that there's more Pokemon spawning now. Like in the old games, you really had like one Pokemon spawn, maybe two in certain grass areas. But or the hordes for more. But in like the open world games, they're more actively spawning. So you have more chances of it happening. It's kind of cool. Always love the rated shiny spawns. Yeah, they're fun. They're more memorable, I think, that way. That or like a really tough hunt. That I think are also very memorable. After a meeting at work, just got canceled. Ooh, fun. More time to hang out, Megan. Thank you for the shiny leg, Megan. Let's see if it's the one. It's the one! Shiny Turtwig! Dang, that would have been actually really cool. Darn. I don't think any random shinies... I don't think I got any random shinies before I got the shiny charm on my first playthrough. I got... My only random shinies I got... My first one I ever got was one I just wasn't even looking for. It was a shiny Shinx. I had a whole... It was really stupid, but I was playing through the DLC of Sword and Shield way before I got the shiny charm. Right when it came out, I was just in the middle of like the day and like summer when... like after it came out and stuff, and I had a whole team full of girls, and then I had my starter, which was a guy, an Inteleon. I was like, you know what, I want to get a guy Shinx, because I saw that Shinx was in the DLC, and I wanted to get a Shinx. So, this is my first ever shiny, aside from like the mythical event shinies that you got from GameStop and stuff. But I found the area where the Shinx were. First encounter was regular Shinx, but it was a girl. So I was like, all right, I'll encounter again. One or two encounters after, shiny Shinx, and it was a girl. So I was like, well, I'm sorry, Inteleon, but it's going to be a girl squad. Like, I like screamed. I was like, ah! I was like so surprised because I wasn't even like looking for a shiny. I was just looking for a male Shinx. Because the other thing about Shinx is when it evolves to Luxray, the back hairs are like longer. So I wanted the cooler, longer spikes. But I got the shorter ones and I got a pretty gold Luxray. So I named it Amber, and it's my first ever shiny technically. So yeah. Shiny Shinx was my first. Aside from that, before Shiny Charm, the only other shiny I think I've gotten just randomly before a Shiny Charm was a Shiny Badoo I got when I was playing the first time playing through Legends Arceus when it came out. I wanted to explore through the entire area, getting all the Pokedex up to 10 as much as I could before I got to a new area. So I got through the Obsidian Fieldlands, got a lot in my Pokedex, and then went to the Mirelands finally. I was at like rank 8 by then. I had already had my starter fully evolved. And like the first, like right when you walk in, Shiny Badoo was right in front of me. And I was like, oh, I got so excited. I've always wanted a Shiny Badoo too. And I was so happy. So my two shinies that I've always kind of wanted anyway were like my first ever shinies. So Shiny Roserade and Shiny Shinx are like big on my like my top shinies, like number 1, number 2. Those are my tops. So, but I have gotten after Shiny Charm several shinies. I've gotten a Hatterene Hatterene, and I got a Chargebug, which I actually have a clip of the Chargebug somewhere. I should make that into a short, but I don't know if I'll make that. I don't know, maybe. I can't remember all of them, but I got a Shiny Altaria when I was looking for it because I had an outbreak, so I checked it out just for kicks and giggles, and I found one, so that was cool. There was it was like a Flabebe event, so I tried to get all the shiny Flabebes. I got all of them but the white one, so that was cool too. First ever full odds shiny was Altaria and white too, back when I was doing a fresh playthrough a few years ago. That's awesome. Altaria is a good shiny too. It's like pretty gold. The gold shinies are nice too. The black shinies, the gold shinies, and some of the blue shinies are some of the best shinies that they make. Though I think there's a couple of red shinies that are really nice. So that Cloudsbird's my favorite shiny. Hard to beat the first ever full odd shiny. Yeah, that's why Shinx is my favorite. The Shinx line. It's hard. It really is hard to beat your first ever full odd shiny because you really just it just happens, and you're like, oh, it's such a better moment when it just happens randomly. Now both of those happened way before I even thought about starting streaming, but they were still very, very good memories for me. So I was so happy with the Shinx. I went outside that day because it was like a good nice day in summer, and I drew on our driveway like with chalk, like a shiny Shinx. I was so happy. It was a good day. And the other thing is, the coolest part was, I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but aside from Heart Gold Soul Silver, I believe Sword and Shield has the best following Pokemon. Like, it was nice, and I was able to have my shiny Shinx, my shiny Luxray follow me, and it was awesome. It made me really happy. I gotta find a picture of it and show you guys sometime. Funny thing about Altaria, I was just looking for a normal Vulpix to add to my team, then boom, shiny Cloudbird. Yeah, it always happens when you're looking for something else. But that's what makes it so fun. All right, no more hype music. We're going back to relaxing music. We'll change the relaxing music though. Let's change it up. I didn't hit the plus button. No, I'm gonna do that. And break. have this really cool strawberry scented pen. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Oh, I hit the B button. Whoops. Ugh. Give my ears a break. Hello, Leaf. Been following for quite a while, but I think it's my first time chatting, maybe. It's alright. I appreciate you coming in and stopping by. And saying hi. I appreciate all my lurkers, so. And followers and everybody. I understand life gets busy and stuff, so. But thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good time and having a good day. Thanks for hoping doing good too. Yep, I am. Having a good day. Quite a nice day. I think I'll take the dog on a walk. Hopefully he doesn't hear me. When I'm done streaming. Though it's very cold. Like it looks like super nice. Like it looks like it's 70 degrees and it's like 30. So it's like not as warm. Must have got some like cold front or something. I don't know. It's like super cold. Like, I'd love to be able to, like, grill out today. That'd be so awesome. Like, grilled peppers and onions. Ooh, and sausage. Ooh. Yum. Now I'm hungry. Ooh, for those that know, I mentioned that my doctor recommended I should be, like, more dairy-free and more gluten-free with my diet now. So I found my favorite ice cream, dairy-free. And it actually tastes the same. And I'm really happy. Like, I'm like, yay, I can still have ice cream. I was so happy the other day. I was like, oh, yay. I tried it on Sunday, and it was delicious. It was very delicious. I was very happy. But it was also, like, relatively cold, so I saved it for later. But I have ice cream. For those who don't know, chocolate chip cookie dough is my favorite. I like vanilla ice cream with like a bunch of goodies in it. That's my favorite kind of ice cream. Chocolate ice cream's good too, though. I do enjoy. I'll have to have these probably much less than before. I can still have dairy. I just can't have them very often. I love those Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches. Like Neapolitan ice cream is fine. But Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches, I love the strawberry with the chocolate sandwich cookie. It's so good to me. Like, it's just delicious. Like, delicious. Hi, Real Save. Welcome back. Ice cream's so good. Yeah. It's just really refreshing on a hot day. Like, it really is nice. It's a good once in a while snack. I don't really have ice cream that often because... Again, like I said, it's a good once-in-a-while snack. I kind of, if I'm looking for something, I'll usually go for, like, a popsicle or something first, and then I'll go to, like, ice cream. Ice cream is not usually my go-to. Last week I made some mango ice cream. Like how it turned out. That sounds awesome. I love orange creamsicles, too. Those are good. I haven't had those in a long time. But... yeah, ice cream is a good, it's a really good summer snack. I like soups for winter though. Potato soup is the best. I asked for that for my birthday dinner and it was really nice. last month. It was really good. My mom makes some really good potato soup. It was delicious. It's just so nice. It's very warm and it's like thick, so that warmth kind of stays with you, and it's just, oh, to die for. Since it's so cold where I'm at this week, my mom is planning to make like beef stew, and oh, her recipes are so good. I'm trying to learn, so I can make some of those for myself. But oh, she's making some beef stew, and it's just, It's sunny where I'm at too, but the wind is freezing. Also, yay for ice cream, yeah. Over here I live, we have some very awesome culture of having soup on the hottest days of the year. Really? Interesting. I mean, I don't mind soup when it's warm out either. Same with like having ice cream when it's cold out. I don't mind it every once in a while, but it's not usually my go-to when it's hot. Usually when it's hot, I'm like looking for something cooler. I don't like being hot either, but when it's cold, I don't mind being even colder. So I can just get under like a nice blanket and I'll be fine. But yeah, soup on some of the hottest days of the year. I mean, you could probably have cold soup. Some soups are probably good cold. Be a little sarcastic since it's hot here all year round, but yeah, not too much to do about that. That's probably fair. Yeah, probably on the less hotter days of the year, you probably have soup. But we have pretty cold days here where I'm at. So we have a good winter and summer. I think, well, I guess, let me rephrase that. We have a good winter and summer in terms of like temperature, but in terms of like actual weather, like we have a great spring, fall, and summer weather, and then we have like crummy winter. We very rarely get snow. It's usually like freezing rain and mush, and it's just icky. This year we had a lot of snow, so we actually had a good winter this year. And even when it wasn't always snowing, we had a lot of snow on the ground that stayed for a while. It usually doesn't stay very long because it always rains again, but it actually stayed for a while, and it was nice. Good thing is almost every day is a good day to use the pool or go to the beach. Yeah, that's probably good too. I'm not much of a pool person. I like going to like water parks and stuff, so I like to travel around. Like usually when we go on vacation, like I go with my family, we go on vacation like once a year. We'll go to like a lake or like some kind of water park or something, and those are always fun. I've been to Kalahari before. I've been to several like water parks and stuff before. Although I will say, I'm not really as big of a fan of the indoor water parks. I feel like it's not the same like experience as like an outdoor water park. So I don't know, like something about the heat is just nicer. Also, the lazy rivers are awesome. The lazy rivers are just so much fun. One of the parks we went to, it was so cool. Last year, I think it was last year or the year before. One of the parks we went to had like a slide that went into the lazy river, which was cool. I've never seen that before, and I thought that was super fun. Like you could go on the slide, you can get up early from the lazy river, and then you could take the lazy river to the slide, get off early, and then go back into the lazy river from the slide. It was actually lots of fun. So I wish that more parks kind of did that. Maybe it's more of a common thing than I know, but I have not seen those very often. But it was super cool. That sounds awesome. It was fun. And it's always like fun to go with my family too. Like sometimes I mean I could always like go to like a nearby pool or something on my own, but it's always fun when you go with somebody because you get to like have that experience. And I like going with like my parents especially because you don't usually get to see that side of them all the time because they come home from work, they're exhausted, and I get that. And then they like get up, they go to work, you know. They're usually in work mode, and then when it's their day off, they're usually like catching up on things around the house or bills or whatever. So it's like, it's nice when you get to see your parents relax too and have fun with you too. It's almost more enjoyable that way. You get to all have like a blast just hanging out as a family, and it really is good for family bonding and stuff too. So, and even if you don't have like a lot of money to do a lot of things, like one year we just drove. We just drove to a few places, visited a few small towns, and shops and stuff, and that's it. And that's all you have to do. It's just fun to just hang out. So we even had a staycation one year where we kind of just explored our nearby town and then just came home and played like board games and stuff. So, you know, I think it's always good when you get to bond with your family like that. Not everyone has the family to be able to do that, but it's still fun if you can. So you do it with your family or your closest friends, so. But I'm pretty close with my family, so I enjoy hanging out with them all the time. Still shiny hunting the land turtle? I am still shiny hunting the land turtle. Still no luck singing Madman. We're still working on it. Thank you for the shiny luck, though. Thank you, thank you. We're working through it. Oh, thank you for the shiny luck leaf. Thank you, thank you. Surely. I'm planning on going for like maybe another hour. See how we do. Sorry about the call. No, you're fine. Do whatever you need to do. I'll be here. And even if not, you can go check out my VODs too. My VODs channel. I think it's ! VOD should be able to link to the VODs channel. But either way, the link is in the about page as well. Or in the description. Well, if you're watching the VOD, you're gonna find the main channel in the description. But yeah, Shoes Shiny Lux means this has to be the shiny within the next 100 resets. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do 100 resets today. It takes a long time to do 100. We're not even at 100 yet. We started at like 440. Like we're only 40 resets in, and we've been going for like 2 hours. Like it takes a long time to get to 100. So I'm not gonna do 100 more resets today. We'll be here way too long for that. But yeah. Wow, yeah, I'm used to faster resets in older games. Forgot how long this actually took. It's like 2 minutes per reset. So it is a long hunt. This one will be a lot longer than some of the other ones. Pretty much all the other ones will be easy. Any legendaries, of course, will be kind of like this, but without the crazy cutscene. So it still should be faster anyway. But all my other hunts I have planned are relatively easier. So it should not be as bad. It'll be a lot faster resets. I think Fire Red Leaf Green starter resets are about 35 seconds. Yeah. Because I don't think there's a cutscene in front of them, are there? I think you just stand in front of the 3 Pokeballs and pick. I remember thinking it was in Sun and Moon, I was doing the chain method to get a wild Pokemon to call reinforcements. So I hunt a level 10 Salamence. I believe it. Took me a week of doing so. Yeah, I want to try that sometime. I have Sun and Moon, but I never got the shiny charm. In either Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon. So I kind of want to... I never actually beat Ultra Sun and Moon. So I kind of want to beat the game and get the shiny charm and try doing... It's not Horde resets. What's it called? There's a name for that kind of reset, but I do want to try doing an Ultra Sun and Moon reset hunt. I don't know what I hunt for. SOS encounters, that's what it is. Thank you, Fang. It was not a shine. It was like 5% chance or lower. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I want to try an SOS encounters at some point. I'll probably do that on my own time. But I do want to get, like, at some point, I want to see if I can get a DS capture card. Because I think that'd be really cool to do DS capture card streams. Never done SOS method myself. Might give it a try next time I load up Ultra Sun. I think it'd be fun, yeah. Made the playthrough, though, really easy. I thought I had a Salamence. Yeah, I believe it. Salamence, I've never actually used a Salamence. Because Salamence, I think even in... Where do you find Salamence actually in Hoenn? I don't remember. It's not the Meteor Falls, is it? I thought you can only find Zubat, Zubat Line, Solrock, Lunatone, and Altaria in Meteor Falls. Or can you get it in Meteor Falls? I don't remember where you get Salamence in Gen 3. I know in Gen 4 you can find it if you have, I think if you have the Ruby or Sapphire plugged in, you could, into your DS, you can find it in, right next to Castelia City. Celestic Town. Castelia City, what the heck? Need a waterfall, I think. Oh, it was in Meteor Falls. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I would not have, because you don't really go back unless you think about it. So, yeah, it's one of those Pokemon you just don't remember as much. Because you don't get Waterfall till late in Gen 3. Isn't that like... Because I know you get access to use it after beating Wallace and or the other guy. I don't even know the other guy in Emerald. But... where do you get the Waterfall TM? Who gives you the Waterfall TM in Gen 3? I don't remember. But I remember it being really late. I think it's after, like, the main story or something. I don't remember. Man, I want to replay some DS games now. Yeah, I can understand that. The DS games were awesome. The DS was such a great generation of Nintendo games. I think it was either Wallace or Steven that gives it to you. Okay, it's been a while. Yeah, that sounds right. I feel like it's right before you go into, like, the Cave of Origin or whatever it's called. That's right behind that town. The 8th Gym's town. It starts with an S, I think. I don't remember the name of it. It feels like that sounds right, but I don't remember. I don't remember. But talking about Gen 3, never played Emerald before. Thought about playing Emerald for you guys on stream sometime soon. I want to finish a few games first before we do that, but I think I would definitely think playing Emerald with you guys for the first time would be really fun. Wait. I just have a feeling that I'm not going to get Turtwig until after 500. At this rate. 501, let's go. We'll get it now, watch. We'll see, we'll see. Chances of it going over 500 are pretty high, but anything is possible. I just want it to be under 1,000. That would make me really happy. Give shiny luck. Thank you, Fang. How many have we gotten of those today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shiny lucks today. Wow. Okay, just looked up the Salamence method, and you need to run into a Bagon, which is a 1% chance, then another very low chance for a Salamence to be called in. I don't know what I was thinking back then when I did it. Hey, you got it, though. So... Bagon and Salamence evolve late. Not as late as Hydreigon, but I think they evolve late, right? Like, Salamence is like level 48 or something? Normally? Alright, let's see. First off, shiny Starly. Nope. Good. And shiny Turtwig. Nah. I think level 30, then 50. Oof. Yikes. I'm also not a big fan of, like, the pseudo-legendaries evolving, like, super late. Like, I think that's just always been a thing, but it's, like, crazy. Like, they did that with, they've done that with Dragonite, I know. I think they did that with Metagross, too, and Salamence, they did that. Actually, is Salamence a pseudo-legendary? Isn't that technically just Metagross? I feel like Salamence is a pseudo-legendary, though. It, like, behaves like one. And then... who's Gen 2 pseudo? Oh, right, Tyranitar. I think Tyranitar was also like that. And then Gen 4's was Garchomp, which was like that. And Gen 5... who's Gen... oh, that was Hydreigon. That was even worse. I don't remember 6 or 7 pseudo. Oh no, 7's was the Kamamoo. Gen 3 had 2 pseudos, both Metagross and Salamence. That's what I thought. Gen 6 was Goodra. Goodra! Right. That makes sense. But I don't remember Goodra's being that bad. I know you have to evolve it in the rain, but... was it really that high? I don't remember. Because I don't remember it being that high when I was getting Hisuian Goodra, unless it's different, but I don't think it would be. I don't remember. Level 50 in the rain? Okay. So it is high. To be fair, though, a lot of the later games nowadays, like, you get to level 50 naturally anyway, so it's not, like, a big deal. But back in, like, those games, like, that, those DS era, like, it was very hard to get to level 50. It was not easy. It really made you grind for that. So... I like Dragapult, though. The Dragapult's one of the my favorite pseudos. Never gotten a Dragapult, but I think Dragapult's pretty cool. That was one of the ones I liked a lot. I like the tail that's, like, translucent because it's a ghost type. I think Dragapult was really cool. Dragonite's cute, though. Especially after the Journeys one. That was definitely cute. It's one of the most popular pseudos. I can see why. It's just cute. Also, the fact that it just shoots its, like, children is hilarious. Like, pew! I really wonder what its dex entries are. Like, I kind of want to look it up. That'd be a good Pokemon at Shiny Hunt, though. Dragapult. Because I think its shiny is really nice. Because I think... no, I know its shiny is really nice. I think it's in Violet, though. It's like a yellow shiny, which is cool. My favorite pseudo is Kamamoo. I love its shiny. It's so ridiculous. Like the pink and the gold. It's so ridiculous, but I love it. And I love it because it's ridiculous. Like, you just don't expect Kamamoo to get, like, pink, pretty pink. I feel like it needs lipstick, too. It's like a new yellow-looking thing. Yeah. I'm kind of... like, I know we're, like, probably expecting Gen 5 remakes next, but I think Gen 7 remakes will be really cool. With all, like, the new updated stuff. Like, I wasn't really a big fan of Gen 7 in terms of, like, the mechanics and the story. But, like, I didn't like... not the mechanics are probably fine. It's not the mechanics. It's more of, like, wasn't a fan of the Z-moves, and I wasn't a fan of the whole island challenges thing. Like, a lot of those are just goofy. And it really, like, made the story very slow. But I do think Gen 7 could be really cool. We could, like, maybe explore more into, like, the Ultra Beast, like, lair or whatever. I think that'd just be cool. Is it bad that I want another Gen 2 remake? No, because if they make a Legend Celebi, I am going to be buying that game on release and probably buy 4 of them and just play it over and over and over again. Because, oh my goodness, I would love that. I swear Moon Sun games were out of all the ones out of all were the ones that held your hands the most. Yeah, I think it was too kid-like for me. I think I just fell out of it. I fell out of Pokemon from those games. And then I kind of got back in for Sword and Shield. And I went back and played some of the other ones. But Sun and Moon really were like hold your hand kind of games. The Pokemon in Sun and Moon though, like Gen 7's Pokemon roster was cool actually. I liked them. I wasn't really a big fan of the Ultra Beast. Still kind of really not a fan of the Ultra Beast as much. But I'm okay with them. I'm glad they're just not legendaries. They're like a different kind of breed. Like at first we weren't sure if they were legendaries or not. And I was like, I don't think they really match the vibe of the other legendaries. So I'm glad that they're not like that. But I have grown a little bit on some of the Ultra Beasts. Like Guzzlord is hilarious to me. Bacephalon, the ice cream clown thingy, is funny. And I love the woman one. I don't remember its name. But it looks like it's just such a silly one. And in the anime, it was just I just saw a clip of it once, and it was Pheromosa, yeah. And it looks so, and it like moves so ridiculous. It was just like, okay. Some of them were just funny. And their shinies are cool though. So Zeraora was another cool Pokemon from that generation. There was a lot of cool Pokemon in that generation. So I think it'd be really cool to have like a new remake where they can actually improve the story and not hold your hand as much and maybe make it more more into the interesting lore of the Ultra Beasts and stuff would be really cool. So it'd be really cool. It'd also be cool if they gave you the legendary at the very beginning of the game, because Cosmo and Cosmog are like the only legendaries to this day that evolve. I think that'd be cool if you got it in the beginning of the game and slowly throughout the game, as the game progresses, you get to evolve it. That would be cool. So Poipol's cute. I do think Poipol's cute. I didn't really get to know much about Poipol because it was like, I think that was like a mythical. So they gave that to you later. Or maybe it was only in Ultra Sun and Moon because I never finished Ultra Sun and Moon. So I never really got to know about Poipol until I saw it randomly in some clip in the anime. And I was like, oh, there's a new Pokemon. So yeah, I didn't really know Poipol as much. Type Null is also classified as a legendary. Is it? Because I keep saying back and forth. Is it like, people say it is legendary, people say it's not, people think it's a pseudo-legendary, and I'm not sure where Type Null goes. They keep going back and forth on Type Null, so it's I want to see what Cerebi says on Type Null. See if I can look up legendary Pokemon in Cerebi if it shows up. It does not show up. No, it does, actually. I lied. Type Null and Silvally are in the legendary classification. But though they also threw in the Ultra Beast, though, and Ultra Beast we know for sure are not legendaries. So I wonder if it's classified as an Ultra Beast rather than a legendary? I don't know. Oh, they're called sub-legendary Pokemon. Interesting. But like legendaries are like the box arts. And some of the bigger ones. And there's mythicals. Interesting. 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 Even Cerebi is not even sure. I wonder if there's like an official Pokemon page that says if it's legendary or not. That would be interesting. Type Null was always one of those ones you're unsure about. And I don't know if I would count Type Null as a legendary. Silvally I might. But technically Type Null is Silvally with a hat on. So I don't know. One of those oddball Pokemon that doesn't really have its specific place in a way. So still a cool Pokemon though. But I hope they make more Legends games because I'm very much enjoying them. And I don't really care what people say about the graphics being bad because you're not going to get Legends of Zelda graphics on a Pokemon game because that's not what the point of it is. If they could easily do that probably if they wanted to, but they don't want it to. They want it to be like cartoony and stuff. That's the point. People are like, oh, the graphics are so bad. It's not. They're not trying to make it look like that. That's just not what they're trying to do, guys. I do like Top Nolan Valley. It's one of my favorite legends. I never got them. Can you get them in the game? I don't remember if you could or not. But I don't know. I really kind of want to look more into some of those legends, and I really kind of want to revisit Gen 7 with a new game or something, because I didn't really get to fully experience Gen 7, and I would love to be able to fully experience Gen 7. So I think that'd be really nice. You can get them both the sun and moon and ultra sun and moon and the counterparts. Oh, okay. That's cool. I don't know. I just... I'm very interested in... I am very excited with when they do remakes and stuff of games. It's really nice that we can be able to explore those regions more than just once. I think seeing like a Legends game, like a Legends Celebi game makes sense, because they can easily have Celebi travel you back in time. I think it'd be really cool. Pokemon, if you're listening, take this idea and pretend you never heard this VOD, because this is such a cool idea I just came up with. What if you had the starter, like the trainer, in their hometown or something, explore the nearby forest or whatever, kind of like how they did in Sword and Shield, and they meet Celebi, and Celebi travels them back in time, and we get to travel the game back in time, and maybe even there's the end of the game where we can choose to go back to our original time. That could be cool. That could be a cool idea. So, cool idea for a Legend Celebi game. Travel us back in time. Ooh, do you just shiny hunt, or do you also play things like Nuzlocke and Waterlocks and type blocks? Sounds like a really cool idea. I have done a platinum Nuzlocke way back in the day. But I do want to do another Nuzlocke. I'm actually thinking about doing a Soul Link with a couple friends. So whenever their schedules free up, I'm going to do a Soul Link with them. So we'll probably do another Soul Link coming soon this year. 2 Soul Links you'll probably see later this year. I do want to try a Wonderlock. I've thought about doing a Pokemon Sword or Shield Wonderlock. But I have to think about that, because it would involve a lot of grinding for candies and stuff, more than likely. But I'm thinking about, what if I made it like a community event? That way you guys can get me Pokemon at least on a closer level, and I can have a higher chance of getting a Pokemon of the level I need. And it would be cool for you guys to actually be able to get me Pokemon if you guys want to. So I thought about making it a community event for the future. So I want to finish this run first. Or at least get some progress on this run first. Before I decide to do that. But I don't want to start too many projects at once. But I enjoy monoplays myself. I did so many Sword and Shield to the point of beating the game like 20 plus times. Sword and Shield's a good game. People forget how good the game Sword and Shield was, because back then people were worried about the natural decks and stuff. But Sword and Shield was a good game. People complain about the trees, but I'm not playing a Pokemon game to look at the trees, you know? Like, I didn't even, like, I saw someone complain about the trees, like, on, like, Twitter or something after I had beaten the game. And I remember just thinking, I never looked at the trees even once during playing the game. I don't even remember what they look like. Like, I don't even know, like, why would you pay attention to that? It just seems something silly. But, yeah, I just think that the whole graphical thing people are complaining about, it's not, Pokemon's not supposed to be high definition. It's supposed to be fun and cutesy. Because we've seen high definition Pokemon with Detective Pikachu, and it's not always pretty. I am still slightly scarred for that darn Wigglytuff card in Pokemon TCG Pocket that we have right now. Like, it's just, no. Pokemon is just not supposed to not be it's supposed to be lifelike. It's just doesn't work. It doesn't look as pretty. Leave it cartoony. I am totally fine with it being cartoony. Now, people complaining about things like graphics, or not graphics, like playability with like glitches and stuff, that makes sense. So, like, I understand why glitches and stuff can be frustrating and why people are not as happy about that. I can understand that completely, but didn't know Charizard. I don't know, Charizard looked pretty epic. I wasn't a fan. Because when you look at Charizard in the game stuff, he looks like smooth with his scales. He looked really rocky, and I don't know, wasn't a fan of it. I get they were trying to make him look more dragon-like, but it also kind of feels redundant because he's not a dragon type, so I don't know. Some of the Pokemon just did not look great, in my opinion. So I'm okay with it being cartoony still. That's why I enjoy Pokemon. Some people, I've also seen some weird people complaining about like things like the sprites. They want the sprites back. What are you talking about? Like, technically we have the sprites when we go into our party and we see our Pokemon. But like, I don't want the sprites back. I like the 3D Pokemon just being there. Like, I don't know about the sprite thing. I think it's an old time thing. We're kind of moved past sprites. So, and I'm happy with that. I like that you can see the Pokemon and run into them in real life and see the shinies in real life. It's kind of cool. So I wish they bring the sparkle sound back. So I hope in Legends EA we have the sparkle sound back, because man, that was not fun in Scarlet and Violet. I think they will though, because in Scarlet and Violet, what made it manageable not having the sparkle sound was the fact that we had the auto battles, so we can find out if it was shiny or not. But if we don't have that in Legends EA and probably don't have auto battles, we're gonna be in trouble. So I think they'll probably bring the sparkle sound back. I think they did it as a test to see if like we wanted it back or not, if we liked it back, and I think everyone hated that it was gone. So that sounds amazing. Yeah, the sparkle sounds are awesome. More real life sort of thing. Yeah, not a fan of those. Kind of reminds me of the Pokemon Forever movie. Interesting. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of. Let's go. Legends Celebi, like a Pokemon Forever kind of vibe. That was the first movie that got me into Pokemon, so the movie that got me into Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be really cool to have that kind of concept. Put in the time concept again, but with the time Pokemon, the time traveling Pokemon. So, and I think it'd be really cool to see Ho-Oh and Luigi again, but like in like, they could really go crazy with like the scenes on the bell tower and in the waterfall scene in the Whirl Islands. Like, they could really add some cool flame effects and like water effects. Like that scene in Heart Gold Soul Silver when they first emerge, they could really add some nice effects to that for like a Legends game. I would be really excited to see that. Or just the scene of seeing Ho-Oh in the past revive the older dogs into Entei, Raikou, Suicune would be cool. They could definitely do that, and it would be super cool. Yep, yep. I just want to know. I want to be able to catch the 3 legendary dogs. Like because it sounds like the Pokemon that the 3 legendary dogs were before became extinct. So I want to be able to catch that Pokemon, and then watch as the dogs kind of become the dogs. Like kind of like how we saw how Spear Pillar got destroyed. See what happened to the burn tower, kind of thing. I also would love to see what the burn tower looked like before it was burned. Now, a lot of people, I think, have said it looks very, or maybe they said in the games, that it looks very similar to the new bell tower, but I think it'd be really cool to see what it looked like before. So, some cool things that they could totally do for Gen 2. I know people are like, Gen 2, let's go. I don't think it's going to happen with Let's Go. I think they're never going to do another Let's Go game. But if they do a Gen 2 Legends game, I am so down. I feel like if they did a Gen 2 Legends game, they'll do it either after Gen 5 or they'll do it right after Gen 10. So, we'll see. See, I don't know what they would do for a Gen 5 Legends game. Like, unless they did, like... No, they can do it in the past, because they can show the original dragon. That would be cool. It would be cool to see how the original dragon split off and became Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. That would be cool. Birdwing! I feel like that would indeed be cool. I feel like Gen 7 could be another future one. Gen 2 and 5 could be in the past. Gen 7 could be a future one. Gen 8 could be both, I think. Both in the past and in the future. Because you could do the past with the original Darkest Day, or you can do what happened after Eternatus was captured. That could be interesting. Kind of like what they did for Black and White too. I don't know. They can do both with that one. I feel like with the Legends game though, maybe this is why they did ZA before, like they skipped Gen 5 to do ZA. What if they're going for the Legends games? They're going past, future, then past and future. Because if they did that, they could do like Gen 5 and then do Gen 7 and then do Gen 2, and you know, it could be really interesting. I'm so stoked for ZA. Yeah, me too. I'm really excited. Don't care what other people say. I am excited for ZA. And I really want to get a Switch 2 to eventually to do it on to do ZA on, because I think it'd be really pretty. Because it looks real clean on the Switch 2. I'm just happy they're making one last game for the Switch before forcing us to get the Switch 2. Yeah. I like how ZA, I like what they're doing with this. They usually kind of, when they're doing a new game system, they stop making any old games and they go straight to making the new system games. I like that they're doing a bit of both. They're giving us the option to get an upgrade pack to get the Switch 2 version, or we can just play the original, or we can play the game on the regular Switch if we just don't get the Switch 2. Because a lot of people, like, especially me, I usually wait like a year before I get a new system, because I want to see how it does review-wise. Because, like, I never got the Wii U, because, again, I always wait like a year or so, and apparently it was really bad reviews, so no, we never wanted a Wii U. We never got one. Like, I never really get one at launch. But, and I feel like, even now, as much as I want to get a Switch 2, I think I'm going to wait a few months, at least, before I get a Switch 2, because I want to see how it does. Like, what are the things that people like about it, what are the things that people don't like about it, and so on and so forth. So... he's so cute. Only he was brighter green. So, I am very happy with their whole, like, upgrade pack thing they're doing with a couple of the games. I think that's very smart. So, I hope they continue to do things like that in the future. But, very nice. The real question is, what am I going to do with my current Switch if I get a Switch 2? I'm also wanting to know more about, especially another reason why wouldn't probably buy it right away is I want to know what games exactly aren't available on the Switch 2 that I have. Like, is Sword and Shield available on the Switch 2? I wouldn't think it would be. Same with Let's Go. But is Legends Arceus or BDSP available on the Switch 2? Or is that only available on the Switch 1? Because it looks like so far the only Pokemon game we've seen that they have confirmed is available for the Switch 2 is Scarlet and Violet. Pretty sure there's a list already. I don't know if that's official or not. So I feel like we won't get details about that till later. But I would love to learn more. Just hoping the majority of the games of the Switch make the cut. Me too. There's definitely a few games that I'm like, I won't care if they don't make it over, you know? But I think I want to see a good amount get to the Switch too. I'm just surprised they're cutting some of them and not letting all of them. Because when they made like the DS and into like the 3DS, you could play any of the DS games on the 3DS. It's weird that they're saying only some of them can. So I wonder why that is. We're at 500, by the way. I would assume most of, not all Nintendo licensed games will be playable on the Switch too. I would assume that as well. I can't seem to find a list though. Nintendo's doing an amazing job with being able to play all the games from the normal DS to 3DS and Game Boy games and the Game Boy Advance. But now they're like, oh, we're just going to limit some of the games. Yeah, I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's maybe like an issue. That maybe it's like, because I know some games, like, if you try to play a 64 on a new TV, like the Nintendo 64 on a new TV, the graphics are not compatible with each other, that it's just blurry. So I wonder if that will be a problem. Because they're going from 720p to possibly 4K. I wonder if maybe that's an issue on some of them. And that's why they don't think it'll work for some of them. Maybe? I don't know. Because I would think the only other thing I could think of would be like if it's like a... like maybe one of those like fit games that have like the extra pieces to it. It won't work because you don't have to use a new controller or whatever with it. But I don't know. I don't know if that would be really the biggest issue though. So I don't know. We'll have to see. So I have a feeling that possibly all of the Pokemon games will be available on the Switch too. So we'll see though. See how it goes. The other thing is I have to save up money in order to purchase a Switch too. It sounds like it's gonna be expensive. I just remember playing Pokemon Yellow on my green Game Boy Pocket. Those are the simpler days of Pokemon. Yeah, I played my Platinum on my very original DS, the Silver DS. Like, not the DS Lite. When most people think of the original DS, they think DS Lite. No, I mean the original DS. Like, the clunky silver one. I had that one. I played Mario Kart on that with my family members, where all of them really had a Switch Lite. I had the original Switch. Or Switch Lite. They had the DS Lite, and I had the original DS. And I remember them making fun of me in a way, in a good way, where they're like, "Oh, look, we're driving on," because there's this one world on the DS Mario Kart where you're driving on the original DS. And so everyone would joke around thinking they're like driving on my DS and to watch out for my fingers on the buttons and stuff. So it was always funny. The one with the Game Boy slot. Both had the Game Boy slot, actually. Oh yeah, the fat one. Yep, that one. It doesn't last very long. I will say the biggest problem with the early DS games or the DS systems was they had like this one little bar that held up the DS, and if that cracked, it always cracked first if you dropped it. And if it cracked, your DS would not be able to hold up its screen anymore. So, the hinge, yeah. I still have my blue one, but the hinge broke. Yes. The hinge on the DS, the original DSs, were horrible. They fixed that with the 3DS. They made the whole thing, the whole bar a hinge, which was nice. I've dropped my 3DS a few times, and it still works like amazingly. It has a couple scuff marks I had to sand down, but it still works amazingly. Like, the 3DS was so much more durable. The 2DS too, yeah, you're right. Than the original DSs. Those did not last long. I think we have one left in our house that still works. Like, I have my pink one, and then we have a black one, but they don't really work because the hinges broke, and it's like got lines on the screen and all that stuff. Like, those DSs, the early DSs, did not last very long. I think the Game Boy like SPs were more durable than those DSs back then. I think I still have my 2DS to play DS games, thankfully. I have my 3DS I play my DS games on. I have like the blue 3DS, or the original ones. All my my brothers and other cousins and stuff got the red one, and I got the blue one. So, the crystally pretty blue one. Very happy with it. I have it next to me, actually. It's very nice. It's in great shape. Couple scuff marks on the ends, but aside from that, it's in great shape. I got my pink pen in there. DS pen, and yeah, it's awesome. Love my DS. I still play it all the time. So much fun. The DS is like an era that I still play. Like, I still enjoy the games. The Game Boy SP I still have working. Nothing broken though. I had to replace the battery for it. Yeah, I remember the batteries being a thing with the Game Boy SP. I never had a Game Boy SP. My cousin had one. But I got to play on hers every once in a while. I played my Game Boy games on my DS, so. I think I'll go for another like 30 minutes, and then we'll be done. So we'll do a couple more resets, and we'll be done for the day. We got over 500 though. That's what I wanted to do, so that's awesome. So it sounds like we need to get through like 5 hours or so in order to get like 100 resets, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm thinking I may need to sell some of my older Pokemon games just to get the Switch too. Yeah. These are some long resets, yep. I have a lot of my old games. I sold a couple of the DS games, but all the games I have now I still play, and I don't have any intention of getting rid of. Especially since nowadays, if you want to get an old game, like replay an old game and you don't have it, it's so hard to find, or it's super expensive, so it's sometimes just more worth it to keep it. So I want Turtwig. I kind of wish it would show us in the suitcase rather than showing us after we wait for it to come out in battle, but it is what it is. I have most of the DS games still in box and everything. I have all the boxes. I saved the boxes. I mean, some of them I didn't get with a box, but as for all the boxes that I do have, I still keep them just in case I want to sell it or something. Heck, I bought my Pokemon Crystal for like 30 or 40 bucks a few years back. Checked, it's going for 100 and 165. Yeah. Games these days are expensive. Platinum is like, it was $40 when I got Platinum. I paid $40 for Platinum, like, it was a little bit after release. Because I remember there was still posters and stuff in, like, Walmarts and stuff they had of the new game Platinum. But, like, nowadays, it goes for so much money. I'm actually curious how much it is right now. It is $250 right now if you want to buy Platinum. I got it for 40 bucks back in the day. And even Diamond and Pearl are $90 to $100. Like, the only ones that are close to original price, it looks like, are the 3DS games, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. Actually, Pokemon X and Y are around the same time. The 3DS games seem to be around the same price. But, man, oh my gosh, Pokemon White is $149. $250 for Pokemon White 2. That's crazy. Some of these, like, the DS games are so expensive right now. Like, it's crazy. You would be much faster to show up in the briefcase. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know. Black 2 and White 2 are very expensive, yeah. Black 2, White 2 and Platinum are very expensive right now. Like, $250 for a single little DS game is a little crazy. That's on, like, Amazon and stuff. Like, it's not, like, a scalper on eBay. That's, like, on Amazon. I'm sure it's more on eBay. That's just crazy. Sheesh, wishing I kept my copies of Soul, Silver, Pearl, and White back in the day. I still have mine, but, like, in the same vein, though, I don't want to start it over. Because I feel like I want to keep it just the way it was. So. Soul Silver and Heart Gold are still some of my favorite games. I love Platinum, but Soul Silver and Heart Gold were just such a good vibe. I love the music in both those games too. Platinum and Heart Gold, Soul Silver had some amazing music. National Park. National Park was pretty good. I liked Route 1. That's what I was kind of humming. I think that's Route 1. Or whatever the first route is called in those games. What if I still have my Platinum case? Platinum was cool. I don't know. Platinum is just so much fun for me. I don't have my first ever Pokemon run of Platinum because I started over the game so many times as a kid just to play it over and over again. I played Platinum so many times. That's probably the most I've ever played of a video game is Pokemon Platinum. It just holds a special place in my heart. Such a good game. my most played Pokemon game is more than likely Ultra Sun. I've done a handful or so playthroughs just over the past 2 years. Yeah, I believe it. Ultra Sun and Moon, a lot of people liked, surprisingly. It wasn't really for me, but a lot of people liked it, surprisingly. Though a lot of people like the post-game of Ultra Sun and Moon the most. But I never made it to the post-game. I put so many of my legendaries in Ultra Sun and Moon, though. I almost feel like I want to just finish the game with the legendaries rather than my usual Pokemon team. I transferred over so many. I do like the in black and not black and white, in X and Y and the games after, all the 3D games. I like the Pokemon Ami, or where you can like pet your Pokemon and stuff, and they can like help you dodge and stuff. I liked that feature. It was really cool. Because I liked that when the Pokemon's like, it likes you, and I'm like, aw, Latios is your friend. Aw, you know. I love those. That feature was always fun. So I hope they bring that back in some vein to ZA, because it was a fun feature. I just like being able to like play with your Pokemon and stuff. Sword and Shield didn't do that as well. Like you could throw like a ball and like hold a little feather thing, but I want to be able to actually pet the Pokemon. Kind of like how you did in Let's Go. That was cool. So I hope we can be able to pet the Pokemon again. Pet the Pokemon, clean them up after they get dirty after a battle. That was always fun. I thought it was Wednesday for a second. I just remembered it's Tuesday. Right, Tuesday. Tuesday. Tuesday day. Let's see who's live today when we raid later. Oh, right, Tuesday. Yep. Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Tuesday day. I don't know, I like Tuesdays. They're nice. Something about Tuesdays is just nice. Mondays, I know people always like hate Mondays. And I understand why, but like, I never really felt that way. I was just like, it's a Monday. I'm just gonna be tired. But I'm not usually like crabby or anything on a Monday. I was like, all right, it's Monday. Time to get back in the groove. Sunday's like the day I'm like napping all day. That's like my relaxed day. I like don't do anything on Sunday. I am literally a bump on the log on Sunday, and that's my day. I don't do anything. I have no expectations. I just plop. I crash out. But yeah, Sundays are nice. So Mondays are fine. Tuesdays are nice. Wednesdays are always odd because like, you know, it's always Wacky Wednesday and everything. It's always how everyone kind of thinks about it. I just think of Wednesday as just like, all right, it's a Wednesday. Something crazy probably will happen, but other side from that, it's a Wednesday. Saturday feels like fun day. So we say like fun Friday. Oh, well, Friday's pretty fun too, I guess. Thursdays are nice. I feel like Thursday's another good relaxed day. I usually kind of chill and relax on Thursdays. I still do stuff and get stuff done. It's more like my catch-up day in a way, but also like chill and relax. So background stuff mostly is my like Thursday. So but bad sense of time, pretty much all the same. I always forget what day it is now. Like I feel like when you're a kid, it's always so structured with school and stuff, and then when you're an adult, you're like, what day is today? Like the only days I remember is the ones that like before trash day and what day is trash day, you know? That's like the most important days to remember. That and when it's like a weekend. So Saturday and Sundays are usually pretty easy to remember. We can get it at 505. That'd be kind of cool. That's a cool number. 505. Oh yeah, when we do eventually get the shiny, I do want to post it on Twitter, so you guys can put in like hi YouTube or hi Twitter or whatever in the chat when that happens, and we can like take a cool screenshot together. That'd be fun. Now watch, this is the one. No, it won't be the one. It'd be funny if it was. Nah. Not gonna be that lucky. Hi, YouTube, no. I mean, you can say hi, YouTube, anyway. They're still here. See, like, I'm sure YouTube is watching. I actually have a decent amount of VOD watchers, surprisingly. I just posted VODs just because I want you guys to be able to go back and see them if you want to. But my VODs actually are doing relatively well in my mind. Now, maybe in terms of, like, overall, it doesn't look like it's doing that great. But in my mind, I think they're doing way better than I expected them to do. And I think that's cool that people are interested enough to check out my VODs. It would have been funny if this was the one. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hello, singing madman. But I'm very much appreciative when you guys like stick around and watch the VODs, or anyone who's watching the VODs just watches the VODs. I can't express how much that makes me happy, because I did not think it would at all do that well, and we're like at 62 subscribers on my VODs channel, which is way higher than I ever expected it to go. Like, it was like at 5 when I like debuted this model. Like, you guys are loving the VODs, and I appreciate that. And I'm not hardly editing them. Like, I just like export them, put in a nice description, and make it like, I cut the title that we have here down, and then it's like, ta-da! Like, I'm not that fancy with my VODs, but people like them. Oh, hell yeah, congrats. Yeah, I know, it's doing really well. My main channel's doing well too, but I'm putting a lot of effort into the main channel, so I expected that. But like the VODs channel, I'm like, oh, that's cute that you guys like it so much. So, and I get some sweet comments on my VODs. You guys are really nice. Like, I get some of the nicest comments on my VODs, and I'm like, oh, you guys are so precious. I'm really happy to have some nice people out there, so. And in here, too. Appreciate all you guys in here. All 9 of you. Preach. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to stop soon, because my fingers are starting to cramp up. And I've been switching hands. Can only do this for like about 4 hours, and then my hands start cramping. Now you're having me wanting to say my older games just so I can get that Nintendo Switch too. Nah, keep your old games if you like them. I mean, if you don't play them anymore and you don't really care about them anymore, then sure. But if you like them, then keep them. You'll find another way. Yeah, I'm not gonna probably get the Switch 2 on release. It'd be cool too, but I don't think I will. I think I'll wait to see what people say about it. I've also seen a lot of controversy of people talking about the game chat. I think it's very good for like young kids. Like, some people are like, oh, just use Discord. I'm like, if you're like 13 or 14 and older, then yeah, you're probably gonna be using Discord. But in the same vein, not everyone has a PC. And some people are like, oh, we could just use Discord if Discord's free. I'm like, yes, but think about it. You won't be able to share your game screen unless you have a PC plus the capture card plus Discord, which that's a lot of money. Plus the Switch too. So that's a lot of money. Not everyone can afford that. It's probably just easier to get the Switch 2 and then get the game share with the online. And I think it's probably better with the parental controls and stuff. For kids like that are like younger than 13. 13 plus, then it's like, yeah, they probably already have a PC and using Discord unless they can't afford it. And then, yeah, then game chat probably works. So I'm probably not going to ever use game chat or the camera or anything, obviously, because I'm a VTuber. But I can see for younger kids, like 7-year-olds and stuff, why that would be useful. And I think that's a good idea from Nintendo. So I'm fine with it. It could always get the fake ones to use on the consoles I have. Ruby and Emerald, such like that, are fakes. Aw, that's unfortunate. I have an actual Ruby and never finished it because I was never high enough to beat the league. But I turned it on the other day and I got to see what my team looked like. It was interesting. I was like a Mighty Anna, Blaziken, and a couple other oddballs. It was interesting. I added my friend's family panel line for the Switch. Yeah, that's smart. It works that way. Let's get to 510 and we'll be done for today, I think. I think that's the goal. I've got like real blue, yellow, silver, crystal, which I'm wondering how much these are. I guess it depends on how you're selling them. I don't think the Game Boy games are that expensive. Or that high of price used. 510 is a nice number. Yeah. I think it would be a good number to end it on. So I think we'll go with that. We did good progress though today. We got a lot done. We got what? We started at 40, so we got 70 resets in. That's pretty good. I think we started at like 42 or something. So yeah, we got about 70 resets in. That's pretty good. But it doesn't look like it's gonna happen today. So we'll have to try again another day. But it's alright. We did our best. We can always try another day. We'll get it eventually. We haven't got a shiny Starly yet, though. So that's good. Yeah, eventually would be funny if eventually was right now. It would be really funny if we got it right now, but sadly it's not going to be that easy for us. Bum, bum, ba-da, ba-da, bum, bum, bum. Last reset of the day. Oy. Let's see if we got anything. Imagine we get it like right now. That would be insane. Thank you for the tiny like singing madman. Oh, thank you again. Thank you again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Fang. We're getting 4 shiny Lux for the last reset of the day. Let's see what happens. If only can hit the button even faster. Can only go so fast. Last pack of magic, but for video game. Yep. Here we go. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your arms, whatever you need to do. No Starly. In the short twig? Dang. Cross your eyes. Alright, alright. That is it for shiny hunting for today. Thank you all for coming. Dang, crossed my eyes for no reason. Yeah. Thank you all for coming, guys. Let's see who we can raid today. Who is live today? Who's doing interesting stuff today? Do. Interesting amount of people live today. Around this time. Anybody I know? Do. Let's raid Okami. She is currently doing supermarket together with her mods. So this will be interesting. So I'm going to send you guys over to her. You know, wait, you know a PokeTuber who's live? Who is it? Supermarket? Yeah, you're basically running a supermarket store with her mods. So it sounds like chaos. The caption is, we only sell chaos. So it sounds very interesting. So... Original 151 Vinny. Let me look. That's not the right person. I'm not seeing them. YouTuber now is trying Twitch. They'll still try next time. That's what I got, but I didn't get it. You know what? We'll go there today then. I think this is the right person. Is it supposed to be a female? I think I'm thinking of a different... Yeah, it says Vinny. Okay, I was thinking of a different Vinny. Like PokeTuber I knew. I was like, wait, is this the person I think it is? We'll get the silly turtle next time. Yeah, we'll get the silly turtle next time. Actually, make sure my count is on the right number. All right, we'll raid her. We'll raid original 151. She's doing resets for shiny Mewtwo, so maybe we'll give her shiny luck instead. So we'll raid her, starting the raid. Here's copy the raid message if you like, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Yep, see me tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.